Hello and welcome to another update video about Doge. Yeah, we've been waiting a long time for Doge to show a reaction to our trading area there, defined between 7.2 cents and 8.4 cents. That's basically the ideal support area for this wave 4 pullback. A quick reminder, the idea is that Doge is in a diagonal pattern to the upside, in which the subwaves are typically quite messy. Basically, they give us corrective structures in the subwaves. So waves 1 to 3 are likely complete, possibly wave 4 as well, at least as long as we can hold a certain support level I'm going to talk about in this video. Certainly, we've seen that expected reaction to the support area. And of course, there was a catalyst, as there often needs to be with Doge. Okay, so Doge typically in every cycle has its run. Even though it's been quite a boring chart over recent months. But if you are wondering why, if you're looking for a reason, typically reasons don't really matter, but when the price is prepared for a jump and then you get a catalyst, then often the bulls do indeed show up. That's how sentiment works. Okay, the market was basically prepared. We just had to get the bulls to show up, and they showed up. If you're wondering why, so let's go to Twitter. By the way, feel free to check out and follow our channel here on Twitter. It gives you additional updates and posts and content about Elliott wave, crypto, and so on. But the reason I show you that is actually that we want to look for X payments, because this is the latest big thing on X or Twitter. For me, it's still Twitter. Okay. Actually, that's trending on Twitter. Still Twitter. Let me just follow that as well. So obviously here it's all about, okay, X payments, Twitter, they plan to launch crypto payments. Now, I don't think it's going to be Doge, but who knows? Apparently it's powered by Algorand. I did read that somewhere. By the way, I need to check out Algorand chart. But yeah, this is sort of what's planned. It's trending on Twitter, X payments. So that likely gave not all of crypto a boost, but certainly Doge. Again, this is sort of what people talk about. It's also trending on Twitter here, together with X payments. But we'll see. The reasons typically behind a move don't really matter. The technical analysis is no crystal ball. It simply gives us the parameters, levels to watch, where we can watch for a reaction. So people might choose these areas to look for entries, and anybody who looked for an entry point in this zone basically would now be in profit. So the question is, how can this now continue? So if really this was a low, and I have to warn you, typically these news pumps, they end as 3-wave structures. Okay, so this could be an ABC structure in wave 5. That is sort of what I'm watching for. No guarantee wave 4 is over at this stage. It's extremely difficult to determine that in a diagonal pattern, which is why reward and risk is so important. But the idea would be, in the bullish scenario, the market produced a wave 1 into July last year, a wave 2 pullback into the August lows, a 3rd wave rally into the December highs, a 4th wave pullback, and the 5th wave could be unfolding right now. But the market needs to continue to deliver, and we talk about the relevant parameters that now need to be respected. So minimum expectation I'd have is for it to reach 11.5 cents in wave 5. Now, that's not going to happen in a day probably, but that is what we would need to see for a healthy 5-wave move. Better would be the 12.4 cent level. Because diagonals typically, they cannot be trusted. They are not like impulses. So we need certain parameters to be respected to, let's say, believe it, to trust it. If I now go to the 1-hour chart, we see that the 5th wave, because we are in a diagonal, it needs to be basically an A, B, C structure. So let me actually change here change the wave degree. A, B, C. So this A wave doesn't look finished yet. So this is the microstructure. The idea would be, okay, in this scenario, after we had this move down completed, also all the waves are complete that we need for wave 4. This is only a 3-wave rally, so we can be a bit doubtful if this is already the breakout. The thing is, though, because we're dealing with a diagonal, absolutely it could be the case that the rally is corrective. That's normally normal in a diagonal. It just makes the interpretation of this chart more difficult. Okay, let's say it reduces the predictive powers in a diagonal. They are not great, but they still give us levels to watch and risk management tools and everything. So okay, if we say this was wave A, this small rally here off circle wave A there, then typically what is the target for a C wave? Now, normally we choose the area between the 100% extension and the 161.8 extension. It's been reached already. It's been reached in wave C. Next upside target would be 9.3 cents, then 9.5 and 10 cents. Do I believe it's finished yet? It doesn't look finished yet. Also, the C wave should be a 5-wave move. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is how it would ideally look like. Okay, so what does that mean? That means we need to see it ideally push once more to 9.3 cents, maybe even 9.5, okay, or 10. While holding micro support. Okay, so I would like it to hold. I mean, first evidence that this circle wave A is complete if we see a break below 8.2 cents. So 8.2 is now a micro support. And then as soon as we have 5 waves complete in wave C of A, we can put onto the chart the support for the B wave pullback. If that's corrective, a larger C wave could send us into that target area that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. Here, let's say 11.5 cents, 12.4 would even be better, or even 13.7 cents. So that's starting to look interesting after it wasn't very attractive and interesting to cover Doge because, to be honest, nothing changed since the last update. Even now, nothing really changed. I mean, it's following the roadmap, but obviously it's interesting now again. At some point that will stop again, probably once the wave 5 is complete, because this larger pullback then that is supposed to follow is going to be boring, this ABC. Once we have 5 waves up, we can call it a wave 1, and then the wave 2 pullback will be a reliable setup, a more reliable one. This year, this wave 4 pullback, that's not what I would call a reliable structure, not within a diagonal, not suitable for most people. But obviously sometimes wave 4 pullbacks can be interesting. Like we have it on Rune at the moment as an interesting setup when they look good. To be honest, here on the Doge chart, we could already in the last videos determine very well the pattern that the wave 4 might actually be complete. Yeah, when you can recognize the waves, then sometimes a wave 4 pullback can be an interesting entry point. Yeah, that's my update about Doge. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.